Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your man Mario, and I would like to welcome you back into another episode of the Random Select Podcast. It's the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk, baby. And I am the host. It's not your father's podcast. Hopefully, you can enjoy the podcast and make a new best friend, but sometimes certain things ain't for you. But just because it's not for you don't mean you can't pass the word along. So share, like, subscribe, cause what may not be for you could be right up someone else's alley. So if you're not feeling it, pass it along. Let someone else get a chance to experience your man Mario. Like I said, ladies, you get a chance to meet your new boyfriend. As fella, you get a chance to hang out with your new wingman. I got you. I'm Mario. I'm out there on all those social media platforms. You can find me anywhere you choose to enjoy or consume your podcast. All right, well, it's been a minute since I've been on to do this, because Lord knows I've taken on a bunch of other different endeavors, but nevertheless, here I am. I just want to let you guys know real quick that I did drop me an AI music project, and it is out there. And I know some of y'all feel kind of, however you feel about AI music, but that's okay. You got the right to feel how you feel, but nevertheless, I'm asking you to check it out anyway. The project is called It's About the Love. It's by Mario the Lion, which is me. Whenever I ain't doing what I'm doing right now, I get my lion on, baby, So here's the thing. I did not sing on this particular project. I did arrange and write every song. It's just that AI is singing for me. And like I said, I know how y'all feel about that, but hey, AI is in every part of our lives today. And if you choose to ignore that, then that's on you. You live your life however you see fit. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm here to share stories on about how I live mine. So, a lot of things can happen in the course of a person's life that make you reconsider things, and sometimes the truth is that I had to mute that phone. Sometimes the truth is that you could reach the midpoint of your life and do an about face, and that's what today's show is about. It's about coming to some real truths about some things. So today's show is about the real true price of friendship. Explaining friendship from a standpoint that maybe you guys haven't looked at friendship, or maybe you guys just haven't had a chance to really sit down and just examine certain things, because let's just be honest, life come at you really fast. Life come at you in different directions, and sometimes you don't have time to think about things, because at the end of the day, you too busy trying to put out this fire, solve this problem, go over here, go over there, and just trying to survive. And we know that sometimes when you go into survival mode, a lot of other things get pushed to the back burner, because you're literally just trying to make it from day to day. All right. But I'm just going to tell you a few things I notice about the real true price of friendship, and how, let's just start at the beginning. Sometimes we use the word friends way too liberal. We are way too generous with the word friend sometimes, because at the end of the day, there are people you just know. There are people that you are acquainted with, and there are some people that you just happen to share the same space with, and say you went to school with. You go to work with them or something like that. Y'all go to church together, and then that people say that's your friend. You say, oh yeah, that's my friend. I go to church, but truth be told, they're not your friend. They're just someone that you shared a common space with, and then I guess because that's the normal commonality that we say about everything, is that's my friend. And sometimes we need to be very specific about what we say about people. Oh, that's just the person I attend church with. That's just a co-worker. That's just a classmate. We need to start saying that, because I think friendship is a very valuable thing, and we place too many people in that category. So, as y'all know, it's story time. I got a story to tell, and I'm going to tell you something from my life, and I'm just going to put it out there, and maybe I'm going to ask you to take some deep look back at your life and take some time to just really think about some of your friendships and really think about if it's really a friendship. Because do me a favor, just think about, is there someone in your life that you thought was your ride or die? Or you feel is your ride or die, but as you get older, it feels different. It feels like you guys still share that same maybe basic common bond, but the details are starting to be different. The things that you're into starting to be different. What you enjoy, what they enjoy, their philosophies, their ideologies, all of that is starting to seem different. And then do you find that as time go on, y'all talk less, interact less, because for whatever reason, y'all are still base core friends, but the need to want to tell them everything, or to want to hang out with them all the time, or to just want to just know what's going on with them. Do you notice that as time go on, that kind of fade? And I know people say, well, that's getting older. You get a family, you get things like that. That is all true. That plays a part of it. But that's not the only part of it. Because what happens is, I think there are several stages of friendship. I think especially, let's just give you a story from me. Especially, you grew up in the hood, in a neighborhood where money wasn't flowing, like it was coming out of a water tap, right? So you fought and you struggled for everything you got, and you learn to appreciate that, right? When you're young and y'all just hanging out and nobody has nothing, y'all pretty much the same. Do you notice that friendship is struggle bonds everybody almost damn near better than anything? Whenever, think about all the people that you struggled with and y'all made it through that struggle together. If you really think about that list of people, those are going to be the friends that you have right now. You're going to have friends that you've been through a lot of things with that has kind of faded by the wayside. But you're going to notice that the people that you've been through some shit with, the people that you've had struggles with, those are the people that you're going to say right now, you could call up that show, those your ride or die. All right, now put a pin in that right there. Just keep that in mind, that the people you struggle with are the people that's cool with you right now. Just put a little pin in that, and we're gonna come back to that and make sure we get a true understanding of what that is really about. All right, that's that first phase of life when you first meet the person. When you first, y'all first kind of hanging out and y'all cool, right? Then let's say you get a little older, you start to get doing them teenage years and stuff, right? Y'all going to games and go hanging out to the movies and, just shooting ball and doing whatever, girls do, watching, I don't know, Beverly Hills 90210, shit like that. And y'all are getting close, because, y'all been cool, whatever, right? Going to the movies and doing all that stuff, but you're not really, getting into the intricacies of what makes you you. Right, because once you start to get to high school, you start to form up your true personalities, your do's, your don'ts, your dislikes, the people you into, what your dating habits are, eating habits are, going out habits. Well, what do you start to develop habits? Period. Whether you want to drink, smoke, whatever. A lot of that happens doing between 15 and 21. Right, that's where the preset default setting for your life tends to happen. Now, I'm talking about in a normal development. I'm not talking in somebody who has been a victim of any type of stupid ass shit, early as a child, being touched on or being raped or anything like that. I'm just for demonstration purposes only. I'm talking about normal development. So just keep that in mind, because I can hear some people out there, you don't know what it was like, and I do not know what it's like. So for this podcast purposes, we're talking about normal development. We're not talking about any extenuating circumstances. So let's get that understood and out the way right now. All right, so y'all are still becoming cool because y'all are dealing with each other on the surface level. Y'all may hang out at each other's house, but nothing deep is really going on. Y'all just dealing with each other. I'm bored, let's go outside. Or I'm bored, let's go to the movies. Hey, my mom said I could spend the night over your house. Your mom said you could spend the night over my house. Okay, little stuff, things like that happen. So from that point, we know people. We say that they're our best friend, they're our best buds. We talked and did whatever. But if you really think about friendship, a lot of what your friendship are is based upon friendship that was developed before you were truly who you are. And we know that how you were at 15 is not going to be how you at 25, and how you at 25 is not going to be how you at 35, and how you at 35 is not how you're going to be at 45, and definitely at 45 is not how you're going to be at 55 if things develop the way they supposed to develop, right? If we being honest about that. So these are not friends that we came to later in life. I'm talking about the friends that you got beginning in life, and we'll deal with the friends that come later, right? So now that you have been through this and you've been through some things, and then let's say you went off to school, they moved away, but y'all still remain friends. Y'all got together whenever you want, whenever, it was time being, but you started living your life. You started having kids and having a family. They started living their life and started having kids and having a family, because you got best friends that you say that's your road dog. We've been whatever since day one. And some of y'all ain't never met the kids. Some of y'all barely know the kids. Some of y'all are even as on record as some of these kids' godparents, but ain't really spent no time with them, don't really know them like that. Because as time go on and you start to truly formulate who you are, then who you are kind of don't line up with what you used to be and what they have turned into for us who they are, and it don't line up with what they used to be, and now y'all are two current people. Have you ever got with somebody, you say, man, I can't wait to see you. You go hang out with them, and then as the day go on, you know what I'm saying, y'all got these awkward silence, and you hear him talk, you say, I don't remember him thinking like this or talking like this. And then you get back to your wife or something, say, how was it hanging out? He seemed different. And I'm pretty sure they say that about you when they go back and you seem different. But you'll still come and say, man, it was good seeing you, man. We should do this again. And 10 more years go by before y'all do it again, because once y'all reconnected or whatever happened, you just were not the same. All right. So now let's fast forward to the people that you meet. Let's say you meet at work and y'all become friends when y'all become adults. Because sometimes you'll meet people in settings where they seem like they're really cool. You know what? I would like to hang out with this person. They seem really cool at work or whatnot. And sometimes when you meet people, as we like to say about the representative, some people can put on fronts and put on shows and put on a hell of a production and performance to make you think that they're one way when they're not that way at all. But then once you get to know them, because you know that old saying though, is just like, I hear women say this all the time. They say, girl, you didn't see those signs. I didn't. He wasn't like this at first. He eventually turned in that. And that's true. Some people are really good at being a certain way, and you cannot recognize it until it's too late, until you done fell in love with them bastards. Till you done, you know what I'm saying, giving your all, till you at a point where you feel like, damn, ain't no turning back, because they got my heart, my soul, my essence, and now they got my blessings. And then they was like, girl, you didn't see that from the get-go. It's easy for you to see that from the get-go, because he's not trying to work that magic on your ass. She's not trying to work that magic on you. You understand what I'm saying? When they went where I got with them, they was a hook, line, and single, trying to put that magic in, trying to put that work in, trying to convince me to come over to their side. And it worked. I fell in love, and that's all I know. So as time go on, eventually some of us wake up and realize, okay, this person ain't about shit. So we move on. But what about the people who don't realize it? What about the people been in these 15, 20 year relationship, and that person just been taking them through hell? Because some people love, and they love hard, and they love true, and they love honest. You know what I mean? And then once some people get married, they take it serious. That's they vowed until death do us part, or all that old stuff, right? So those are the people you feel for because they were good people from the get-go. They had a lot of love to give, but unfortunately, they ran across the wrong person to give that love to. And that's just the truth of the matter. Sometimes some of the best people in the world get the shittiest outcomes. As we like to say about the shitty end of the stick. All good people don't get all outcomes. All bad people don't get bad outcomes. Some bad people win. And that's the truth. We need to be honest about that. Look at all the corporations and the CEOs and all the people that do a lot of bad stuff that's not right for the country, not right for the society, not right for the human race as a whole. But sometimes bad people win. If we consider Donald Trump a bad person, he winning, right? So we got to stop going with these Disney fairy tale endings where at the end of the movie, everything is going to get right and the world's going to be made whole. And we've lived long enough. I'm 52. If you have lived long as I have lived, you understand that the happy ending is not always going to be there. A happy ending is not always promised. In real life, more often than not, you get a ending to a bad ending. It's only so few happy endings. And we have learned to, people say, well, I'm really optimistic, but a lot of people are not optimistic. A lot of people are pessimists. A lot of people are pessimistic. A lot of people wait because life has taught us that, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll see. A lot of people is waiting for the other shoe to fall, waiting for this shit to go wrong because life has taught us that more shit go wrong than more shit go right. And if you're one of those people who's on that side of the pendulum where the shit goes right a lot, then I say kudos to you. Happy you keep enjoying that shit because for most people it does not happen. So, getting back to the point I was trying to make about meeting somebody when you get older. Sometimes the people you meet when you get older becomes like your real true friend, right? Because you guys can relate to things that are relevant to where you are at in your life right now. Not back then, because you've changed since then. Y'all got work things y'all can bond over. Y'all got y'all could talk about 401ks and all this stuff. Y'all got life experiences and maybe traveling and all this type of stuff you could bond over, and that person has done that one act that says, you know what, that person cool, you know what, I got they back, and they've done something and you've done something for them where they feel like, you know what, you cool, they got your back. And then sometimes y'all become friends and y'all met later in life. But then you're going to have situations where people don't understand when it comes to friendship. The true price of friendship is in each friend dynamic, there is a role. You could deny that all you want. You could say that doesn't exist. We're all equal. If you choose to believe that, then okay, fine. You choose to believe that. But like I said, really examine your friendships and understand for what any friend dynamic there are roles. You got a role, they got a role, and as if y'all a group, everybody in the group kind of plays a role. Because if you kind of made it and they didn't, you're the person. Your role is to kind of let them borrow money. Once again, look at it realistically. I'm not asking you to judge it from my life. I'm just saying judge it from your standpoint. If you really, because sometimes we say they are, but we don't think about it like that. But that's the truth. And here's the story time from my aspect, my standpoint. Sometimes when you got friends, right? And let's just say, in my friend group, it is what it is, But sometimes you got a friend where you got a family, you got kids, you got a house, you got car payments, you got all this particular stuff that you're trying to deal with. That person is single, living by themselves, got their own place and own car and doing all of that. but they'll still ask you to borrow money when you got way more on your plate. And sometimes you'll say, if I was currently in my current situation and didn't have no wife, no kids, no house, stayed in an apartment, my God, what would life be like for me? Right? And you say to yourself, why do you feel you got it more of me? I mean, your money should stretch better than my money because it's just you. You have less things that needs to go out unless you got a vice or something, right? Unless something is wrong in your life. Why do you feel that I got it to give to you? You should be that type of person that have disposable income because you have less things going out. Me as a person, I'm not going to ask a family man who got kids to take care of and I ain't got nobody. The pride in me, just the person I am is going to say, do not ask this person to borrow money because I technically should have more disposable income than that person. But because your role in your friend group is to let people borrow money because they feel you got it, then they're going to come to you. And have y'all ever noticed, take your time and really examine this statement I'm about to say. Have you ever noticed when it comes to you and your friends, whenever they all think y'all are on the same level, y'all have no issues, y'all have no problems, y'all are just the best of friends? Because once somebody see y'all as equals, it's no preconceived notions. Everything is good. Have you ever noticed that whenever you and your friends think y'all are on the same level, y'all have no issues, y'all have no problems, right? Because there is nothing to gripe about. Y'all feel y'all are the same. But let there become some type of separation and then y'all start to have issues in the friend group. Let you elevate and then sometimes they think that you are better than them. And then once you elevate, they think that then that's how the roles start. Sometimes when you elevate, since they making money, they think cause you're making a little bit more money, you become a lending institution for them because you making money, you got it to give. And then here's the thing. Sometimes when that person elevates, they look at you as like, damn, I elevated. Why can't they do better? So there's a divide too. It just depends on, like they talk about the looking glass. People can look through a looking glass and depending on what their perception is, can see different things. Even though the looking glass is looking at the view of a mountaintop, everybody will see that mountaintop different, right? So sometimes depending on where y'all are at in life, it creates a natural divide. And you say, that's not true. No, it's true. You just ain't really looking at it. You're just not really paying attention to the friendship structure. You're just not really paying attention because that's your dog, that's your homie, that's your home girl, and you don't look at it like that, right? You do not understand and realize what's really going on because most of the time we don't care. That's our road dog, and we ride or die 10 toes down. We don't care. But whenever little bumps in the road come up, y'all notice when y'all have arguments, or y'all notice when y'all kind of fall apart or y'all fade, these are the things that get brought up. These are the things that ever since you got that job and you start working over there, you think you better than everybody, even though you don't think you better than everybody. But that's just that mental shit that's been projected in their mind, and they feel you feel that way, right? And then the person who feel like, they done came up while you came up, or say something to you. Look, I did this. I went to school. I did all that. I got over here. Look at you. You still in the same fucking spot. You ain't did shit. You could have went to school. You could have did this, but all you do is sit around and look at you. You could do better than this shit. Right? And even though you are maintaining, you're doing what you're supposed to do for your life, but because they've elevated past that. They see you as doing bad, even though you're not doing bad. You're just maintaining. I'm just going along. I ain't asking you for nothing. My life is happy. But because they feel you not where they think you should be, you're doing bad. You see what I'm saying about the looking glass? It's all about perception. It's all about who's doing the looking. Perception is a motherfucker. Y'all know what they say about perception is reality. That's the equivalence of somebody getting a rape charge, didn't get acquitted. But even though those person got acquitted or got exonerated, somebody said, hey, ain't that Mario boy? He was accused of rape. He got quit. Yeah, but it goes something like that. No matter what happens, it's always, ain't that boy that got accused of that rape? It's never saying that boy got acquitted of that rape. It ain't that boy that got falsely accused of that rape. It's ain't that the boy that got accused of that rape. So perception is true. One of the truest statements y'all ever hear is perception is reality. Until you get out there and you fight to try to change that narrative about that you are a rapist, people always start the statement with, ain't that guy that got accused of rape? And then some people refuse to change they thought process. They'll say, well, if it didn't go like that, it'll go something like that. So the real true price of friendship is you have to keep your mind open as to what y'all really are and what type of friends y'all are. You have to understand that when y'all friendship has transitioned, and you have to understand when y'all are no longer friends anymore. And you have to really truly understand that truthfully, when examining y'all friendship, y'all were truly never friends. That's the price of friendship. You have to get somewhere, get in the lab, take some time and examine where you and your friends are at. Because you might come to a startling truth. You might come to a startling conclusion to realize that those are people you know. And you got to get in tune with the labeling of people. We got to stop saying they're my friends. We got to stop saying that we got a friendship. At the very best, that's just a person I know. At the very best, that's just a person I've been in a room with. At the very best, that's just a person I work with. At the very best, that's just a person I see when I'm walking in the neighborhood. They are not my friends, because there are people that you call your friends are really not your friends. So sometimes the price of friendship is when you elevate and you're no longer that person that came from the hood and y'all got that struggle bond together, that hood bond together. What are y'all when there is no longer struggle that bonds? What are y'all when y'all no longer have trauma that bonds? What are y'all when you no longer have mutual respect that bonds? A lot of people keep people in their lives that should not be in their lives because what the ties that bond are no longer there, and you keep forcing them. Sometimes, as people like to say, and I hate to use this, and I can't believe I'm saying, because I hate that season shit. I hate when people say, hey, it came into your life for a season. This is your season. There are people been going to a church for 50 fucking years and season ain't never came. And I'm so tired of hearing people say that. But for this particular podcast and for this purpose only, sometimes people come into your life for a season. For a season or for a reason. Because sometimes people come into your life to show you what you should not be doing. To show you that if you keep going down this particular road, it could end up like that. So some people come in to help elevate you too. It ain't always negative. Some people come in to say, God damn, they're showing you a good example of, you know what, I want to be like that. I want to do that. I'm seeing positive things, and somebody, instead of hating on you, telling you what you can't do, they say, all right, here it is. They reach their hands out, pull you up, come follow me, come go with me. I'm gonna show you how this go, so you can not so you could be on my titty, not so you could be on my back. I'm gonna show you how this go, so you could walk on your own 2 feet and do your own thing, be your own person, be your own woman, be your own man. And then they gone. And that's what we got to come to the thing to understand, that sometimes people are here. One day you're here, baby, and the next you're gone. Sometimes one day you're here, baby, and the next you're gone. And we got to be okay with that. Stop fighting, begging and pleading to keep something in your life that wasn't meant to be there. So the true price of friendship, and I'm going to end it right here. It's going to be a really short podcast. It's just pretty much me ranting about friendship. But the true price of friendship is taking time out to decipher what type of friends they are, what place they have in your life, and do they currently still need to be there, or do you need to move on? And sometimes moving on is not the end of something. Sometimes moving on to something new is moving on to something new. You'll read a book and go on to the next chapter. And if you feel that chapter 3 was a riveting chapter, or you didn't learn something from the chapter, you can always go back to your friends. But one thing I've learned about a good friend, they allow you the space to do you. They allow you the space to be you. And if you got friends saying, oh, you changed, you don't see the same, and don't allow you the space to be you because they're afraid to lose whatever role that is you play in their life, then that's a thing you have to examine. And maybe that's not your real friend. Because a real friend could be happy for you, smile for you, happy to see you doing good, and ain't gonna put you in no situation that'll pull you back so you doing bad. So once again, and I'll close it with this, the true price of friendship is taking time out to examine what that friendship really and truly is. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. This has been your man Mario with the Random Select Podcast, baby. As I tell y'all all the time, I'm out there in them digital streets. I am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on the ticker to the talker. I'm on TikTok as Mario Watts 2. Don't forget to check out my album. It's About the Love by Mario the Lion. That's out there. Just wherever you choose to get your music from, you can find it. Check out, one of the singles on the album, Oh Dude. Check out the single Fix Yourself First, and check out the title track. It's About the Love. Support. All I'm saying is give it an honest listen. And till the next time, baby, Mario is out. Gotcha.
Mayo!